Ho ho! Welcome to Real Madrid. How are you feeling on this very special day? The day of your presentation as a new Real Madrid player and also your 18th birthday.
Thank you very much. Honestly, I'm very happy. I've got this joy inside me. This has always been my dream, to play for Real Madrid. And today, with that dream coming true, and on top of that my birthday, I think it's just a perfect day for me.
Are you aware that Real Madrid fans were really excited about your arrival? Can you tell us how it was, the moment you were told there was a real possibility of signing for Real Madrid, and how you've lived with that from then until now, finally fulfilling the dream you mentioned in your presentation?
Yes, thank you. To the fans, I'm very grateful. They've shown me a lot of affection since I arrived. When the talks began and my transfer to Real Madrid became official, I was still at River. So my head was focused there, on where I was at the time. Once I arrived in Madrid, though, all my focus was on this great club, the biggest, and I'm just really happy to be here.
For those who don't know you, how would you describe yourself as a player? And did you ever imagine that one day your birthday would be celebrated like this, with your family here?
Thank you. Well, I'm an attacking player, left-footed, usually playing on the right. I don't really like to describe myself as a player. I prefer others to do that. But what I can say is that I'll give everything I have to help the team and to make Real Madrid fans feel connected with me.
That call you received from Xabi Alonso right before signing for Real Madrid. Can you tell us what it meant to you and whether it was key to your decision to join?
Yes, I've already spoken about that conversation with Xabi. He reached out to me, and for me, it was very important that the coach showed that trust in me. What we talked about will obviously remain private, but yes, it was a big influence. It gave me a lot of confidence, in addition to my dream of playing for Real Madrid. The way he called me and the things he said meant a lot.
You are the 13th player in history to have worn both the River Plate and Real Madrid shirts. The first, as President Florentino Perez reminded you earlier, was Alfredo Di Stéfano. I'd like to ask you, what is it about players who come from River's academy that makes them so admired here at Real Madrid?
I've always said that my first dream as a footballer was to play for River, and I was lucky enough to achieve that. I was born there, in my opinion, the biggest club in the Americas. Many players have made the move from River to Real Madrid, as you said. I didn't have the privilege of seeing Di Stéfano play, but my grandparents told me a lot about him and what he meant to world football and to Real Madrid. It's a huge honour for me to follow that path, from River to the biggest club in the world, which is Real Madrid.
On the subject of Argentina, in recent years, because Messi played for Barcelona, there may have been more Barca fans than Madrid fans in Argentina, even though historically Real Madrid has always had strong ties there. Do you feel like part of your role will be to help Real Madrid regain that following in Argentina?
Well, yes. I think Messi meant a lot to Barcelona and to Argentinians who watched him play. In my opinion, Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world, and it has always been that way throughout history. I'm here to make my own path. What I want most is for Real Madrid fans to be happy with what I can do on the pitch. That's really what my focus is.
Are you aware of the media exposure you're going to have from now on? Every word, every gesture, even a facial expression will be interpreted and sometimes manipulated. Have you prepared for that, and how do you plan to handle it?
I handle myself calmly and honestly, just as I always have, both in football and in life. I think there's no need to lie. That's how I live my life, and I'll continue to do so. I understand the level of exposure that comes with being a footballer, and even more so at Real Madrid. I come from River, which also has a lot of media attention in Argentina, so I think it's part of the beautiful work I'm lucky to do. I'll take it calmly and always speak sincerely.
Congratulations. You're still very young. What's your first or strongest memory of Real Madrid?
Thank you. As I grew up, I saw Real Madrid winning a lot of Champions Leagues, winning a lot in Europe. That's my strongest memory. Seeing them win so many Champions Leagues was incredible. Those were historic years for Real Madrid, as you'd expect from this club, and hopefully there will be many more like that while I'm here.
First of all, I wanted to ask you if you've had any role models from recent years here at the Casablanca, and whether you've been able to speak with any of your new teammates. What have they told you? Thanks, and happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Well, role models, a lot of them. The truth is that Real Madrid, every season, every year, has incredible players. The best ones are here. And, well, it's amazing to be at a club like Real Madrid, with all the players it has had, the ones it has now, and those who have made history. And the other question. Well, today I actually met Jude. I ran into him in the medical area, and he welcomed me wonderfully. He's a player I admire a lot, who I've watched a lot back in Argentina. And he's someone I really like. Luckily, I was able to talk to him, he greeted me, and welcomed me, so I'm very grateful to him.
I wanted to ask you if you think that this big step you're taking brings you closer to possibly being called up for the World Cup.
Well, I'm focused on the present and on what's coming next. Obviously, my dream and my goal is to be at the World Cup. I'm going to fight for that. But right now, I just want to start training with the first team tomorrow. Keep my mind on that. And hopefully, everything will fall into place so I can be at that World Cup.
I wanted to ask you how you felt these past few days, knowing you were already a Real Madrid player, but without being able to train with your teammates.
Well, there was a bit of anxiety, wanting to join the team as soon as possible. These days have been really nice. I didn't know Madrid before, and it's a very beautiful city where I've felt very comfortable. Obviously, I was waiting for this day with a lot of anticipation, but thankfully, now it's here. And now I'm focused on what's next, training tomorrow.
I imagine your phone must be blowing up these days. Have you received any calls, messages, or advice from someone important to you that made you think, I'm going to follow what this person says? Could you tell us who?
The truth is, I'm not really on my phone much. I try not to look at it. Luckily, not all, but most of my close people are here with me, so I can be with them, talk to them. They always help me, guide me a bit, like I mentioned earlier, so I focus on talking with them. Of course, I've also received messages from many former teammates and national team teammates congratulating me and being happy for me, and I'm very thankful to all of them as well.
I wanted to ask you about the number on your shirt, number 30. The number 25 is also available. Did you choose it, or did the club tell you to take number 30?
Yes, I actually asked the president if I could wear number 30. It's a very special number for me. I used it at River, and luckily he agreed and allowed me to keep using it. It's a number I was really excited to continue wearing, and thankfully it worked out.
I wanted to ask you about your position. You've described yourself as an attacking player. Real Madrid already has several offensive players, Vinicius and Mbappe mainly, and last season they were seen to have some gaps in midfield. Could you also adapt to a role where you contribute in midfield creation? Are you versatile in that sense?
Well, I'll play wherever I can help the team, in whichever position the coach decides. I'm here to help in any way possible. I'm more used to playing on the right, sometimes drifting inside, but in whatever position I play, my intention is to help. Whatever the coach decides will be fine, so that the team can be at its best.
Days or weeks before your signing for Madrid was confirmed, several media outlets, especially in France, claimed that your move to PSG was practically done. Was there any truth to that? Did you have any conversations with PSG, with Luis Enrique himself, or was there never anything with them?
Well, yes, it's true that several clubs showed interest in me, and I'm very grateful to them and have a lot of respect for those clubs. It's very nice for me that many top teams around the world would be interested. I had the chance to speak with Luis Enrique, and he was very clear with me. I really appreciate that, and I also want to congratulate him on last night's win. There's no need for me to speak about him. He's a great coach, and I think he showed that this year. So, all my respect and thanks to him.
I wanted to ask you about the Argentine references in this club. There are legends like Di Stéfano, Fernando Redondo, and more recently, maybe Di Maria. Which one has been your reference? Which one has been an inspiration for you? And who do you consider the best player in the world?
Yeah, I think I've looked up to all the Argentinians. It's very nice to be able to follow in the footsteps of the Argentinians at Real Madrid, like I said. Well, as I mentioned, I never had the chance to see Alfredo play. I did watch Di Maria, Higuain. I think they're the most recent ones that stay in my mind and memory. And yeah, I tried to watch them a lot. As for the best player in the world, for me it's Messi. I'm Argentine, and I think in these last few years, for me, the best player is him. And well, I have nothing more to add.
It's often said, especially when a player comes from South America, that adapting to the pace and speed of European football can be challenging. How do you feel about the step you're about to take now?
Well, I hope to start training tomorrow, and then I'll know better. I think I'm ready, and I hope I am, so I can help the team and make sure this first stage isn't too hard for me, and that it can happen as quickly as possible so I can already start competing.
We've seen your whole family here today, supporting you on such a special day. We even saw your mother crying after your speech with the president and everyone. I wanted to ask if, within your family, you've talked about that decision you made years ago to leave tennis and choose football instead. Have you discussed it much, especially now on such an important day for you, signing with Real Madrid, and looking back at that decision when you were much younger?
Well, yes. The truth is that ever since I was 3 or 4 years old, I played football in the little school my dad ran. I always played football from there. I started playing tennis a little later, but it was a sport that helped me a lot and that I still admire. And, well, the decision wasn't very difficult because River had the intention of bringing me to play in their youth teams. That was a dream for me, so I made the decision, obviously talking it over with my family, but they supported my dream of becoming a footballer.
Whenever South American players arrive, there's always talk about adaptation. You've already spoken a bit about it. What do you think will be the easiest part for you to adapt to in European football? And what do you think will be the most challenging?
Well, I think that in the Spanish league, above all, I really like the possession game. I like tactical football, and I think that can help me. As for the difficult part, obviously the pace in Europe is higher. Hopefully, I can get into that rhythm quickly and perform well.
As they say in Argentina, you're a dreaming kid. You've already fulfilled your first dream, which you say was to play for Real Madrid. What's next? Where do you see yourself? What's your next dream?
That's too fast for the next dream. Now that I've achieved this one, I'm very happy. My dream now is, like I said, to wear the shirt, play, and help the team in whatever is needed, in whatever I can contribute. Honestly, that's my dream. Winning many, many titles with this club and, of course, with the Argentina national team, which also means a lot to me. Those are my dreams.